Hello everybody, a very warm welcome back to Westie TV and welcome to Match of the Day. It's Azi Lions versus Bucks FC and well tonight we have a blockbuster fixture to kick off our festive coverage. Well, to start out, Azi Lions were there back at the Bucks Cup a few months ago and well we really enjoyed watching their story through the Bucks Cup. But also we have to take on Bucks FC, a mixture of legends and also current crop players. And well, we might have to see who comes out on top. Azi Lions, though, have formed a squad and brought together some of the best from the old boys together tonight to play against the current Bucks FC side, with a few legends dotted in the matrix as well. So, without further ado, two things before we begin. First of all, 25p from every goal scored and clean sheet kept in this game is going to be donated straight to our Mind charity pot from the Charity Cup. So, the more goals, the better. The more, well, you can hear it, 2 clean sheets, but the more clean sheets, the better as well, and it will go directly into our Mind pot. The second thing is, apologies, this video is a day late. I did announce this as the 16th. It's actually coming out today on the 17th, because, as you can probably tell, my voice has been a bit dead. I have been off work as well, ill, for the past couple of days, so I do apologise for that, sorry. And, yeah. I managed to finally get my voice somewhat sort of in order last night to commentate this game. So, really sorry it's a bit late and apologies again. I hope you, though, enjoy the game. Make sure if you want to go make your own donation to mine as well, justgiving.com/page/WestieTV for mine. Any donations are appreciated. It's such a fantastic charity as well to go and support here at Westie TV. So, without further ado, let's head pitch side for Bucks FC against Azi Lions in Baku. Hello everyone, a very warm welcome to Baku for Azi Lions against Bucks FC. This is the big one. The run up to this game has been here for months and finally the old guard takes on the current guard again. A meeting of the best of the best. Teams that played their football in Wickham all now come here to meet and face off once again. Keep an eye out for Ricky Bansal tonight, one of the best players in the Charity Cup this season. Scored a famous semi-final goal against Manchester City a year ago. He's certainly going to be a man to watch tonight. This televised all across the world and here on Westie TV too. A very warm welcome to everyone watching. This is a big one. A very big one. And well, excitement all and up and down. Well, Ed Smith, the owner and goalkeeper of the Azi Lions, invited Bucks FC to Baku. Here he is, Ed Smith in the net. Harrell, Simpson, Brinsmead and Solola. Nixon, Saxby and Hill with Hutchison, Bansal and Fawley leading the line. Keep an eye out for Sam Crowther and well as Chris Druce on the bench tonight too. Druce on the bench with Nixon preferred. Keep an eye out for Bucks FC then. Leo Spinks as captain. Deverell, Johnston, Constance and Dawson. Rodriguez, Bedford, Hoey, Skinner, Gardner and Tipping up front. And keep an eye out for Ollie Ross and Charlie Stinton on the bench too tonight. Well, this is a big one for these two teams. Bragging rights for the next year. And well, here we go. No snow tonight, thankfully, but blue lines in honour of our Westie TV Charity Cup. They could have met in the quarter-final if they'd have beaten the FBC 5 for Azi Lions and also Bayern Munich for Bucks FC. But a longer game and a longer fixture for you tonight here on Westie TV. 10 minutes. Halves as long as the Mackenzie Hoey already through to Fraser Garden. Brilliant goal. Lightning start from Bucks FC. Young smashes it home. And Ed Smith wasn't reaching that. What an electric start that was from Bucks FC. I don't think Azi Lions had control of the ball for a moment there. But what a great start that is. Simpson knocked down for Harrell. Azi Lions' first moments on the ball, and they're already 1-0 down. The lightning quick goal. I mean, we don't really usually see these sorts of goals. I think the last time we saw a quick goal like that was Marseille Celtic in the Charity Cup, and he scored that opening goal, Francois Collou. Isham Gary Constance on the ball as well. He's not got the captain's armband tonight, giving it to Leo Spinks, who's Bucks FC's one's captain. Makahoe, Garden, great save, Smith. And Skinner trying to tip it round the post, but Dan Heel, well, I'm not sure why he's celebrating, but he knocks it behind the post anyways. Now, Gene Tipping come back for this one. Here's the response. It's Christmas. Why not? Go on! Gary almost at the near post, and he rose highest. He beat James Saxby, which isn't hard to do, but well, the Azi Lions, well, they can't disappoint here tonight. Of course, this game was originally billed for Wembley Stadium, but it didn't turn out to be in the end. And Bucks FC were invited over to Baku, and I think they wholesomely accepted that one. Nixon, great tackle. Hutchison on the ball, lovely piece of skill. Saxby into Nixon. Both former Ones players. Here's Ricky Bansell on the ball. He's left the false 9 antics now for... Now Makahoe's on Bucks FC. He's got to try something different. Here's Nixon, played into Saxby. Edge of the area for Dan Heel. And more goals and assists than Messi and Ronaldo combined in the Charity Cup this season. It seems they only played 3 games. It's not too bad. Rodriguez. And Dan Heel picks up the ball. Dan Heel playing in the midfield tonight, and well, we could see some changes in the second half that might bring some excitement. Ollie Ross coming off the bench. He's the big man at the back. He's the top man, as some might say. Brought into the box. Forley! Over the bar. And well, Spinks could watch that comfortably. Well, Leo Spinks, he's had a mixed start to the season with the Ones. They're there to watch his sides 5-3 winning against Hertfordshire, 3-0 down at half time, and guess who gave the hairdryer treatment in the dressing room? No, it wasn't Leo, it was Ollie Ross, who's on Bucks FC tonight. So we might see another hairdryer treatment, depending on who vacates and makes way in that defence tonight. Rodders into Deverell. James Skinner, play back. Rodri on the ball now. James Skinner looking to go wide, looking into the box. Garden's there. And a penalty given for Bucks FC. A big start then, and a huge opportunity now for Bucks FC to double the scoring. And Max Brinsmead, he's furious with that. And it's going to be Fraser Garden once more to double the lead before we've even reached 20 minutes. Garden steps up. Coolly put away and sends Ed Smith to his right. And Garden loves that. Great penalty from Fraser Garden. Opened the window and just slotted it down the middle. And well, it opens an open door of opportunity now for Bucks FC. 2-0 up already after 20 minutes. And this is not bad at all from Bucks FC at all. Here's Nixon. Well, we've seen stories like this before. And not many teams have come back from 2-0 down, especially in the Charity Cup this year. Well, both sides both agreed that they'd love to do, if we didn't meet in the Charity Cup, we'd do a game for charity. So tonight's charity partner is Mind, a fantastic mental health charity in England and Wales, helping to raise money to provide mental health services in local communities and of course online too, as well as helplines that you can call. Go and check them out, mind.co.uk. Here's Gene Tipping on the right hand side, ball played forward, Fraser Garden's on a hat-trick by the way. Garden, great save Smith. And well, a 21-minute hat-trick would be the fastest hat-trick in Westie TV history. If my record book is correct. But if you want to though, you can go and make your own donation, justgiving.com/page/Westie TV for Mine. That's our current fundraiser. We'll have, after the Charity Cup concludes, Liverpool versus Paris Saint-Germain, and also of course in the women's competition, Arsenal versus Olympique Lyonnais. Don't miss that one. This 20th and 21st, both games at Wembley. He's downhill on the ball now. Bucks FC forcing the Azerbaijani club into their own third. It was a risky couple of minutes. Nixon to Saxby, played forward to Bansal. Nixon, Hutchison. Saxby playing it back. Scott Bedford's doing a brilliant job in defensive midfield tonight, by the way. Absolutely astonishing job. And it's working a treat. Azi Lions have not had a shot yet on target. Ball played forward. Here's Rodri. And that is going to be offside against Bucks FC. And well, it's not even the assistant referee. I can see actually on the other side, the assistant referee's not even looking. So I'm quite impressed at that. Oh, Michael Simpson now coaching the Friesan Force for Bucks FC, had some good results so far by Bucks FC standards. And well, Saxby caught off the ball, off balance, and well, Brinsby's got to get right up to Fraser Garden tonight, which is similar height, but quite impressive at the same time. Here's Ricky Bansal, in for Azi Lions, there we go! Bucks' boy is Azi's man! Bansal delight in Azerbaijan. And they're back within one. What a thrilling goal that is. And it brings them back within one of drawing level with Bucks FC. 15 minutes to half time. Could it happen? These two are miracle clubs. Anything could happen. Anything could happen in the next 60 minutes. Here's Mackenzie Hoey, right-hand side, playing it in. Max Brinsby, brilliant work from him. Gene Tipping, played back. Ben Nixon on the ball. Played into Saxby. Scott Bedford. What work rate that is. Great work rate. Wonder what was in his drinks bottle before the game. Here's Skinner. Playing it forward, looking at Mackenzie Hoey. Played in, and Rodri can't quite get there. Scott Bedford now. And Simpson. And no! Another penalty for Bucks FC. This is... Well, I don't think that did not look it at all. Oh no, I don't think that's hit his hand at all. Michael Simpson's furious. And Fraser Garden has an opportunity to complete a 34-minute hat-trick, which is still on BV for a Westie TV record. Garden steps up. And Fraser Garden has hit a hat-trick. Unbelievable scenes. Unker's still got it then. And well, Fraser Garden has ripped Azi Lions apart in 33 minutes. And it means he's set a new record, the fastest hat-trick in Westie TV history. Here's Ricky Bansal, played into James Saxby. Johnston throws him off. Bedford played over to Tipping. And well, Dan Hill going right in the back of Scott Bedford. 14 against 14. Here's Fraser Garden, wide out to James Skinner. Deverell into Bedford. Oh, Deverell doing step overs and he sent Nixon to the floor. Here's Rodri. Here's Sei Salola playing it forward. We haven't seen much of Sei Salola tonight, but, well, he was sent an email a few days ago asking to come and play for the Azi Lions at this incredible fixture. It was an offer he couldn't refuse. We've heard that before. Max Brinsmead! Oh, brilliant! Redemption day for Max Brinsmead. What a brilliant piece of work from Max Brinsmead. Right under Leo Spinks' arms. And the Azi Lions are back within one again. And well, Dan Hill finally gets his yellow card from that tackle on Scott Bedford, but well, it's a bit of a late challenge, but he's got to be careful. Here's Mackenzie Hoey playing into Tipping on the right hand side once more. Here's Jean playing it into JJ Harrell. Tipping, whopping it forward, and Smith has beaten Fraser Garden to the ball. Here's Saxby, played wide to Nick Forley. Trying to play in to Bansal, but Gary clears away. Well, there we go. There's the possession stats. 58% for the Bucks FC at the minute for 42. And 2 minutes of added time here in Azerbaijan. Gary clears out for the throw-in. Well, you can't lie, it's not been a bad first half at all. Here's Saxby. Played into Bansal. Hutchison shrugged off by Dawson. And that was a chance that could have put them level at half-time. But it's not all lost. Bedford has the last touch of this first half. And well, what a half it's been. Fraser Garden with a hat-trick at one end. Bansal and Brinsmead at the other. Don't say we don't bring exciting games to you here at Westie TV. Azi Lions 2, Bucks FC 3. Half-time here in Baku. Hello everyone, welcome back to the second half, and well, at the half-time break you probably saw our charity message, and well, you can go and donate, justgiving.com/page/Westie TV for mind. If you want to go and make your own donation there, it'd be absolutely fantastic if you did. And well, these two teams, in the meantime, come out locked and ready for a second half. Here's Nixon, playing into Bansal. Johnston with a good interception. Hutchison, wide to Heel. Saxby plays it right to Dan Hill, and Sei Salola's now on the run. Saxby, Hutchison. Azi Lions all over the Bucks FC final third. Bedford, good pick-up from Scott Bedford. And JJ Harrell. Well, we haven't seen Fraser Garden do much for 15 minutes, which is quite impressive. considering his first half performance. And yes, he does have the Westie TV fastest hat-trick ever. Ethan Hutchison played with the Saxby, heel. Nixon, Saxby, Bansal, Hutchison! Oh, and Spinks had to tip it over at point-blank range. Superb. Corner coming in quickly. And Johnston laid back. Macca's there. And now, ooh, it was Simpson jumping high to take on Fraser Garden. It's going to be Rodri now. Played in the middle to Scott Bedford. Mackenzie Hoey playing it forward. And for Fraser Garden, Max Brinsmead, though, a bit too much extra on the ball there. And Scott Bedford, well, jumping very, very high. Heel. Saxby. Skinner. Over to Bedford. Garden. Wide over to Skinner. Good counter from Bucks FC here. It's Garden. Great tackle by Simpson. Brilliant tackle by Michael Simpson. It's like his Tuesdays all over again. Solola. Saxby. Forley into Nixon. Nixon! No! Spinks with a good stop. Very good stop from Spinks. And Mackenzie Hoey, Brinsmead. He scored before, actually, Max Brinsmead on Westie TV. He's an free kick given for the Azi Lions. Hutchison, Nixon over it. Here's Ethan Hutchison. Hutchison! Oh, hits the post! Oh dear, Ethan Hutchison. Heel. Bansal into Brinsmead. Well, that might have been an all-timer free kick from Ethan Hutchison. What a shame that is. Azi Lions still within one and Skinner's forward again. Rodri. Fraser Garden. Skinner on the left-hand side. Played into Mackenzie Hoey. Brinsmead clears away. Skinner and a foul. Foul given, I think, in the box, actually. Smith. Nixon heads it down. Bedford picks it up. Rodri on the ball. Garden. Bedford wide to Tipping. Bedford. Rodri to Skinner. Bedford again. Tipping. Mackenzie Hoey in the box. Yes! Another old boy for Bucks FC. Well, Mackenzie Hoey said with his deal that he was offered by the Azi Lions. He spat on it, lit a flame, and threw it in a waste paper bin. He loved Bucks. And he scored in probably their biggest game of all. Here's Nixon on the ball then for Azi Lions. They need to find two and they need to find it quick. Well, I think Azi Lions have come closest for the Hutchison free kick, but what a shame it didn't go in, because that would have been an all-timer free kick from Ethan Hutchison. Probably the best we've seen this year. Well, this has been an absolute thriller so far. Nixon and Dawson with the first proper action of the game so far. Now, here we go. Scott Bedford coming off for Mr. Ollie Ross. And Ross coming on then to shore up the defence and cause some mayhem. Nixon. Jinx the right. Nixon playing into Forley, and Forley opted for the pass for Ricky Bansal. Rodri. We'll have having just commentated the Women's Charity Cup final. Apologies to Ricky. Skinner into Rodri. Here's Fraser Garden in the box. Simpson. Saxby down for Hutchison. JJ Harrell. And Mackenzie Hoey knocks it out for a Azi Lions throw. Nixon, and well, a foul given in Azi Lions' favour again. Michael Simpson will have this one happily. 20 minutes to find 2 goals. Then it's extra time. Simpson. Dan Heel. Knocked down for Hutchison. Got to find a winner, these Azi Lions boys. Got to find some equalisers to try and get this in. Tipping to Mackenzie Hoey. James Skinner. Ross to Skinner once more. Rodri. On the ball to Skinner. Open play for James Skinner down the left. Played in. Fraser Garden. Headed over, but Smith was there. Well, Fraser Garden hasn't scored a goal in 40 minutes, and I'm starting to think something's a bit wrong. Bansal. Nixon. Heel. Hutchison. Forley. Nixon once more. Dan Hill. Ricky Bansal. Saxby once more. Thrown off by Gary Constance. What a brilliant tackle that is from Gary. Say Salola. Nixon. Saxby. 15 more minutes left to play. Forley. Heel. Forley. Here's Bansal again, and Spinks with a good stop this time. And well, the 2 penalties are really kind of starting to show, as maybe these might have been big mistakes from the Azi Lions boys. To be fair, in sports they were good with their hands. Max and Michael. Oh, Smith with a good save. Denied Gene tipping. And well, James Saxby comes off for Chris Druce. It's been a good night for Mr. Saxby. But change is needed for Azi Lions. 2 goals required. Tipping, playing it in. Garden heads wide. And well, there's a near free header for him there, but I don't think it really stopped him from getting a 4th. Huge shame for Fraser Garden, but Azi Lions have 10 minutes now to find some goals that could be key. Nixon to Hutchison. Dan Hill. Wide to Hutchison once more. Michael Simpson to Hill. Hutchison. Kept in really well by the Jersey winger. Here's Ben Nixon. Played back. Ricky Bansal! And Spinks with another good save over the bar. Nicholas Forley then with the corner. And Nixon, the near post. And well, it was almost there for Ben Nixon, but you could perhaps sense that maybe Azi's time is maybe over. It's rare that a current Bucks FC side does triumph in this, but of course they have their legends in there as well. And some unks in there too. And Dan Heel heads down. Elliot Deverell, current freeze captain, been doing some excellent work in the freeze. Maka. Ross into Harrell. Forley back to Drews. Drews into Bansal. Played in. Nick Forley down the right. No one in the area. Nixon! Oh, it's over the bar. Azi Lions live to fight another day. And, well, Fraser Garden comes off to a standing ovation from Azi Lions and from Bucks FC fans alike. Gotta respect your legends. And Woodrow comes on though for Bucks FC. One of Wickham's players to help make up their bench. And Gary Constance has whipped that out from nowhere. Hutchison into Bansal. Bit of urgency now from the Azi Lions. Got to find 2 in 2 minutes. Doesn't seem likely. Played in. Here's Chris Drews. Oh, and Chris Drews couldn't quite keep it in. And it will be a goal kick for the Azi Lions. And probably the last one Leo Spinks will have to make. Although I could be wrong. We'll see. But it's just been Bucks FC's day. Fraser Garden and Mackenzie Hoey up front have just been imperious to the Azi Lions defence. Well, I'm sure the Azi Lions will be back. They will be here, there and everywhere. Maybe in next year's competition or the summer series. And I think that is, well, Mackenzie Hoey being told he's offside, and I think it is. Well, that's quite harsh, actually. I don't think the red line's not even there. A harsh line to put him on. I would argue the referee's probably got that wrong. Nixon and Hoey having an argument in the middle. Not the first time. That's happened today, but, well, Bucks FC, I think, will have one last chance at the other end. Well, 4-2 is a respectable scoreline between these two teams, and as ever, we will donate our usual 25p for every goal. £1.50 added to our mind pot from this game. Ollie Ross. Cut out by Nixon, and, well, Nick Forley on a run. Dan Heel. Drews. Harrell. Ford and Nixon's there. A mere consolation maybe. Ricky Bansal shrugged off by Gary. Dawson. And, well, that's it. Bucks FC triumph in Baku. And Fraser Garden picks up his match ball. What a day it's been for Fraser Garden. But the Azi Lions hosted a fair game. Full time here in Baku. Azi Lions 2, Bucks FC 4.